Hi guys, myself Shronayu. So right now I am going to discuss some important name reactions which is very much important for CSIR NET and GATE exams. So first of all I am going to discuss Shapiro reaction. It is invented by Shapiro. This type of name reaction mainly discuss with the tosyl hydrogen product of carbonyl which is getting converted into an alkene using two equivalent of lithium compound. Here I am using butyl lithium. So here the equivalence is very much important because one equivalent of butyl lithium is going to use in first step, another equivalent of butyl lithium is going to use in the second step. So if we will see the mechanism, we can see first one equivalent of butyl lithium is going to abstract the proton from here. So one anion will generate here, we can see. Then what is going to happen in the second step, again one equivalent of butyl lithium is going to abstract this proton. So now after abstraction of this proton, this electron will migrate here, then this bond will migrate here, and that tosyl group, which is a good leaving group, it will leave. So this compound will generate. Now the negative charge on nitrogen will form a bond here, and the electron from this bond will come here. So formation of a lithium alkylated product. Now if we apply one electrophile here, then what is going to happen? This anion is going to abstract the electrophile and will make an alkene. It is the final product. This reaction is, you can see this reaction is very much related with Bamford-Stevens reaction, although there are some differences, like in Shapiro reaction we are going to use lithium bases, right? But in case of Bamford reaction we are going to use bases like sodium methoxide, NaNH2, sodium hydride, etc. Another major differences between these two reactions is, in case of Shapiro reaction we will get less substituted alkene, but in case of Bamford-Stevens reaction we will get thermodynamically more preferred, more substituted alkenes. So right now I am going to show the difference using an example. Here you can see an example of Shapiro reaction. See, in this case we are getting two products. One is less substituted alkene, another is more substituted alkene. This one is thermodynamically preferable, this one is kinetically preferable. So if we use Shapiro reaction, I mean to say if we use alkyl lithium as base, then we will get this one product as major product. Like here we can see the percentage, it is forming of about 98%. So this one is the major one, and this one which is more substituted and thermodynamically preferable, this is forming around 2%. But if we use the same substrate for Bamford-Stevens reactions, we will get this one product as major and the less substituted product as minor. I am coming to another example. Second example, here we can see this is the substrate, this one is the another reagent. Here using butyl lithium as base and THF as proton donor. Here you can see the protecting group is trisyl. What is trisyl? Trisyl is this group is known as trisyl group. So the reaction will go as per the mechanism I have said before. Then I am going to jump in the direct alkylated lithium product. See, you can see here this product is forming, which is alkylated lithium compound. So here this anion is going to directly attack the benzophenone and ultimately this product will form. It is the final product. Okay, that in simple sentence, it is the combination of Michael addition and followed by aldol condensation. Right now I am going to discuss the mechanism of Robinson annulation. See, first in this the derivative of cyclohexanone, you can see base will abstract the proton from here and it will form a enolate. Then the negative charge is going to migrate here, the double bond will break and the electron is going to attack this methyl vinyl ketone or MVK, right? So this step is actually Michael addition. Okay, so now after the attack this enolate will form and abstracting the proton it will form like this. Then ketonyl tautomerism will happen and this carbonyl compound will form. Again base will abstract another proton from here and this enolate will form. Now the negative charge on oxygen is going to move here, the double bond is going to break and is going to attack this ketone. Then this compound will form and by proton transfer this will form. Then this negative charge will going to migrate here and the hydroxyl will eliminate. Ultimately this will be our final product. So we can say that this will be our aldol product, aldol condensation product. So here Michael addition and this is aldol condensation. So in combination of Michael addition and aldol condensation, Robinson annulation is taking place. So right now I am going to discuss some important examples of Robinson annulation. After Michael addition, this compound will form from the imine. Again it is going to undergo aldol condensation. And ultimately the product will be is this compound. Okay, now I am going to give second example for our Robinson annulation reaction. Particular example, we are going to see what will happen if Robinson annulation will take place in a compound, in the same compound twice. In this case, you can see there is a two site for Robinson annulation. So when we are going to treat this compound with in the next step, so from here you can guess this is the product of Michael addition. Now it is the time for aldol condensation. So after aldol condensation, this will be our final product. So you can see this is the rare case where Robinson annulation taking place twice on the same substrate. Now we are proceeding to our next example. Now we are going to discuss our third example of Robinson annulation. We can call it as homo-Robinson annulation. This is not our final compound. I am going to make our final compound after some steps. First I am going to discuss these two steps, then I am going to complete the reaction total. So here you can see this is our substrate. We are going to treat it with methyl vinyl ketone. Which is methyl vinyl ketone? Let me make the structure for you. This is methyl vinyl ketone. Then acetic acid is used, BF3 ethernate, and the reaction is going to take place in minus 20 degree centigrade temperature. So after Michael addition, this compound will form. Okay, means see from here the electrons from the bond is going to migrate here, and then this bond is going to cleave and it will attack here and Michael addition take place, right? Then aldol condensation is going to take place using base. Here methoxide is the base and this is the product after aldol condensation. Now I am going to complete the total reaction. So the next steps are silyl enol ether using TMSCl and LDA as base. So we are going to use 2.5 equivalent of LDA and TMS chloride, and we will protect this one using LDA as base and TMS chloride. We are going to make again silyl enol ether here, right? Now if we will use 1.5 equivalent of diethyl zinc and 1.1 equivalent of CH2I2 in diethyl ether solvent 0 degrees centigrade temperature, we are going to get from this fragment, we are getting this one using diethyl zinc 1.1 equivalent of CH2I2 in diethyl ether solvent, and the temperature is 0 degree centigrade. You know, this reaction is a very famous name reaction also. This is known as Siemens-Smith reaction. Insertion of carbene in double bond, right? So our next step, from this fragment we are getting a compound having 7 membered ring. Now if we will use sodium acetate as base, it will abstract the proton from here. See, it will abstract the proton from here and simple elimination reaction will take place. So using sodium acetate, we are getting this elimination product as our final product, right? Right now I am going to discuss a very important name reaction for the competitive exams, which is Favorsky reaction. Favorsky reaction is nothing but the transformation of enolizable alpha haloketone to carboxylic acid or carboxylic acid derivatives like ester or amide using a base or nucleophile like alkoxide, amine or something like that. Mechanism of Favorsky reaction. See, you can see this is enolizable alpha haloketone. Now if we apply nucleophile here, the nucleophile will abstract the proton here, then the negative charge will attack this position and the halide group will eliminate. So here the key step is the formation of cyclopropanone ring as intermediate. Ring, which is the intermediate of Favorsky reaction. Now the nucleophile is going to attack the ring again. It will attack in the position here belongs to keto group. Then the ring will break. So now you can ask in which side the ring can break. The main thing means the selectivity will depend upon the nature of the substituent. In which side the generated carbanion will get stabilized, in that side only the ring will break. Okay, I will give an example later to clarify in which side the ring can break. So right now, as of now, you can see the final product will be, we will take a proton from the solvent and ultimately this will be the final product. Now I am going to give one example which will clear your idea that in which side the ring will break. So our first example will be, this is an example of Favorsky reaction. It is our final product, this is our starting material, and the reaction will move by the mechanism which I have discussed earlier.